my crafty friends and creatives from around the globe. Welcome to Hither and Yon Studio. And if you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new, I'm DJ. This is the studio, and I do junk journals, paper crafting, and the like. So if that sounds like something that's up your alley, then maybe stick around and see if you like the video. And to all of my current subscribers, thank you so much. You guys are the best. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I am so happy you're all here. Go ahead and just double check that you're subscribed if you think you are, because you know YouTube does this thing where they seem to be losing subscriptions for people. So just give it a double check. I always like to check in. Just make sure if you think you're subscribed to go check that you're subscribed to make sure. And if you want to get notifications, go ahead and hit that bell and then select all, and you'll get notifications when I release a new video. Hopefully you'll get notifications, or when I do my lives. All right, we are on part 5 of the Mermaid Journal for October. Mr. Merman here on the cover. Right now, we're going to do some fun stuff today. I did want to show you that, woo, hello. I got my charms on all the way. Okay, these guys are settled in now. And I found a much easier way to wrap this up. So I just wanted to show you. So I'm just going to go behind my coral. And then around and over my little seahorse, and it stays. See, so not a lot of fussiness, and I could wrap it around another time if I wanted to, but this just makes it easy to get it open and get to playing, which is what we're going to do today. All right, I want to do a couple of interactive elements today. The first one is going to be sort of like a pop-up on a page, and I have to find a page. I need 2 sturdy pages together that have nothing on them. Actually, let's do it here. All right, so what we're going to do is this like pop-up waterfall. I'm going to give credit to the original creator where I saw this down below in the description box, so you can go check out that video. We're going to do ours a little different because this is a smaller journal. So I've adapted it for our smaller mini journal, and we're going to play together. I don't know, sort of did a little ahead, but we could have some things going on. I don't know yet. We'll see what's going to happen here. Okay, the first thing I want to do is make sure that these tails are out of the way and down. And then you're going to want to cut some strips. And so the strips you want to cut are going to be 8 inches by 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and so I'm using the sand dollar page for mine, and whatever page you put this on, your image behind here is pretty much, I mean, we might see some of it, but there's a good portion of it that might get covered up and not visible. So just consider that when you're picking a page for this. And I'm going to put mine here on this page, and you're going to need 9 or 10 of these. You might need less. We'll see as we go, because like I said, I got so far ahead, but I wanted to do it with you. So if it's a total disaster, that's fine. I'll just take it up and put some pages down. We'll start again. Okay, after you cut your strip, and you may want to just maybe take a screenshot. Let's see, is this gonna, there we go. 8 inches by 3/4 of an inch, cut about 9 or 10 of them. And then we're going to score it at 1.5 inch, 1 inch, and 1/2 inch on just one side. So let me get my, I'm going to use this, but you can use your scoreboard if that's what you have. If you don't have a scoreboard, then you can just take a ruler and measure. So 1.5 And then you can just kind of use something. You can use the back of a scissor or something, and then to 1 inch, same thing, 1/2 inch. Okay, so there's some options there if you don't have a scoreboard. But since I have this, I'm going to score at 1.5, and this is a scoring and trimming tool, so I'm just going to use the scoring side. Then at 1 inch, and then at 1/2 inch. Okay, so I started with the edge of my paper up at 1.5, score, move it down to 1, score, move it down to 1/2, score. Okay, and that gives us these 3 score lines on the edge of the paper. So what you're going to do is on this first one here, you're going to fold down like that. And then on the next one, you're going to fold up, and the next one, you're going to fold down. Okay, so you're going to have something that looks like that. Am I in camera? Am I in view here? Yes. Okay, like that. We'll put it down here like that. And then you're going to take this side, and you're just going to bring it up to meet the edge of the paper like that, and then just fold it. So you'll have something that looks like that. A little M on this side and a V, okay? And then when you put it all together, the tops match. And then you're just gonna glue it on this little tab that is the M part going down, and glue this together. So when it's all glued together, it should look like this. Okay, and you want to do that to all of them, which I have done here. Okay, so we have a bunch of these. And I might need a couple more, but we'll see how it goes. Now we need to determine how many of these we're going to use. And so that's going to be determined by the width, the height rather, of your page. And so these are going to sit in the page here, but they're going to overlap, and I'm going to overlap them by about 1/2. So I'm just going to measure out and see how many of these I'm going to need. And we want to stay within the page, so let's just see. And I don't want them sticking out the top or the bottom. So I'm going to say this should do me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11. So depending on how you're going to place them. But basically, we're going to take them now with the M at the top and the point at the bottom and lay it flat. And we're going to glue our next one in the same direction, okay, but halfway over the other piece. So I'm just going to put a bead of glue here, and I am going to glue this one to that one at about a halfway point, approximately. You can measure if you want. It's not necessary, but so they'll look like that, okay? And then you'll do that to all of them. So we'll get our next one approximately halfway, glue it down. The one thing you want to make sure of is that when you're gluing them, they're straight. You don't want to start kicking them off on an angle like this, because that is not going to work out for you. So just try to keep them in a straight line. You want this to be fairly straight across, and adjust as needed. All right, I'm going to glue the rest of these down, and I'll be right back. Okay, so these are all glued together now. My bottom is straight. My top is straight. We don't have like a fan effect going on. All right, and now what we're going to do is we are going to glue this piece to the top of the right page, and then this piece to the bottom, or where it falls on the other page, like so. All right, and you don't want to go right to the edge, so just make it so that it's kind of just a tiny bit away from your spine there. And ultimately, I'm seeing that I didn't really lose much of my picture here, so that makes me happy. All right, so let's see. So this one is here. And so I'm just slightly away from that middle. And now you want to make sure it's good and stuck before we go on to the next step, but I think you guys can see where this is going. Very cool, right? Okay, so now we have this, you know, effect, and we have to add some movement to it, some additional pieces. So what I did was I took some of those fussy cuts that I gave you as the extra this month, and I made them a bit smaller. And so what I'm going to do is just attach these, and what you want to do is attach them to this back flap. So in your M there, it's going to be the piece that's on the back as we go this way, and that'll make them pop up. Now the back of mine are white. It's fine, it's good for demonstration purposes, but you may want to put something on the back of yours. Now if you don't want to go and make these fussy cuts smaller and deal with all this, then use the coin, the doubloon type thing, or anything else you want in this space. You could use some of the coral. I'm sure you can come up with something that you would use there. You could even make, since we have some pearls here, you can make some circles and do some pearlescent embossing or something along those lines if you'd like. You could also put a word, so you could cut out letters and do M-E-R-M-A-I-D, mermaid, or mermaids, or something else. Let's see, under U-N-D-E-R-T-H-E. Oh, under the C would fit too, but this one might be hard to see. So then you just put your guys down, and I didn't want these to hang too far over the top. That's why I made them smaller. But I don't mind that they come out the bottom a little. Just see where I want everyone. And I don't want them hanging over too far because I have that wrap, you know? So I'm going to put the smaller guys, you know, so that they don't. All right, so let's get some glue down. Stop talking. Enough talking. Let's see. All right, I'm going to glue the rest of these, and I will be right back. Okay, so here's my final. Ta-da! I think it's really cute. Now, these guys, you know, it's kind of going this way, right? So that's my vision. You could put your fish going this way, you know, like, let me get one, like this way instead. So when you hold it this way, but I like the way that turned out, and I like that we can see the sand dollars. I don't mind that it's white in there, though if I did this again, I would probably make sure that there was something on the back there. I didn't lose my merman. I can still see him. I'm super happy about that. And we have a fun interactive element. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sure you will find 6 ways to Sunday to make it your own. So I'm going to leave you to it, and we're going to move on to the next. These are going to be some tropical fish again. And this time I am going to use magnets. And if you don't have magnets, then you might want to skip past this part because you do need magnets to make it work. I use, where are they? Where are my magnets? Okay. I have this kit, and these are down in the description box below this video, which is either on the right or under the video. You'll see like the title, and then you'll see more or see more and dots. And then if you click on see more, you get the description box. If you're on a TV, I think you have to hit the up button on your remote, and then that will get you to the description, but you'll find it. And then I have a link to these magnets, and I'm going to use, it's like a set of them in different sizes, and right now mine are a jumbled mess, but some are thinner than others, and some are larger than others and thicker than others. And I'm gonna go with these, which are well, they seem to be like 9 or 10 millimeters, maybe 8. Let me see if I bring it down here. Yeah, maybe these are 8 millimeters by 2 millimeters. And all I'm going to do is put them between the fish. So what I did was I took this sheet and I flipped it. Now I show you on one of my videos under the Canva playlist how to resize and shrink things in Canva. And you can also flip things in Canva. So if you go to YouTube and just write how to flip images in Canva, there's actually a flip option. So what you can do is you can print the sheet, and then you can flip the sheet I gave you. So upload it to Canva, put it on an 11 by 8.5 sheet, print it like that, or print the original, but I would probably bring it into Canva. This way you make sure that you get the same size. Anyway, bring it into Canva, then duplicate the page and flip that whole page. Then download both pages and print them, and you'll get two identical fish, but going in opposite directions. Okay? I know you guys can figure it out. Here's some smart cookies. Okay, so first this one, I'm going to put between these 2 fish and get this out of the way because they tend to jump. So I'm going to center him. And I've done this before with butterflies on my channel, so there's a more in-depth kind of tutorial on this movement element for journals. So you can also go look for that. And now I'm going to kind of sandwich that magnet between these 2 fish. And now if you don't want to do the whole Canva flipping, blah, 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 what you can do is take your fish and put it down on a piece of book page or something and fussy cut around it. And then just use the book page on the other side instead of another fish. Okay, so now my magnet is enclosed in the fish. And I'm going to ink this one. So I don't see that white overlay that is peeking through because they're not exactly aligned, right? Because I'm doing it fast. Okay, so now I'm going to take this fish. Now I could take the same fish, but I want to do a different fish. And I'm going to take my magnet and I am going to glue it down. To this guy. And it doesn't matter which way unless you want them to both face a certain direction, in which case you would want to put your other piece behind it so that you have it sitting the way that you want it. Your other fish that we just did behind it, because these are going to work together. And I'll show you what I mean. Again, we are sandwiching our magnet inside the fish. Okay, and then I am going to ink him. He looks like a Herbert to me. Hello, Herbert. All right, now we have our two fish, and they're either gonna repel or attract, okay? And in this case, they're attracting this way. And so I'm going to take one fish and put it on this side of the page. Let's do this one. And then this one will go on this side of the page, like so. Now they're magnetized together and they will move around the page, like so. And where one goes, the other goes. But it's kind of like this mysterious floating element. And you can do a couple on a page. It's really fun. The kids love this. Be careful with these magnets with small children. Obviously, you guys probably know this. Major issues swallowing magnets. So never let them work by themselves. And that's why my channel is not for kids. Okay, so that's number 2. Now the third one could be a complete debacle. But let's see how it goes. I had an idea and I wanted to do like one of those pull tab elements. And I did find a page that I wanted to use. I have to find it again. It was the other half of this ship, which is over here, I think, somewhere. Here, okay. So I've kind of lost the image here because it's behind, you know, this is the other side of that sunken ship, or shipwreck rather, that is on the other page, which is here. This one that we covered up. Okay, so it's just the other side of that. And what I want to do here is I need a page over this because I want to do a little pull tab that when you pull it, this little fish will go whoop from behind this piece of coral. So that is the plan. It should be pretty simple, but let's see how we get on. The first thing I need is the page to go over this page. It's going to cover up this page. So we're going to take a piece of this. I thought this would stand out well with those two pieces. So this is going to act as my background. And the first thing I need to do is cut it to size. So, and it doesn't have to be exact, but I want it pretty close because it's going to cover this page. Pencil. All right, I'm just going to cut this down. All right, so that gets me my height, and now I want to do my width. Just going to be about there. I'm not going to go right to the center because it'll get jammed up in there. So, all right, so this is going to cover this, and now I'm going to need a slot for my fish to travel. These are more magnets. So my fish is going to have to be pulled with the pull tab. So I am going to need some kind of slot to have that through so that when I pull the pull tab, it will go. So I'm going to, let's see. I'm just going to guesstimate, like he's going to have to travel. I want him behind the coral. Where did I put my coral? Where are you, coral? I kind of want the coral to be stuck just at the bottom. And then when I pull the pull tab, he'll come out like that. So I think depending on where I put my piece that's attached to him, I would estimate I'm going to have to start somewhere around here and then end somewhere around maybe here. Okay, and now I have those two marks. I want them to be pretty much in alignment, though it's not necessary to be perfect. He can come up a little, but I just think it might be easier if I go straight across, because then it might not get as jammed up at some point. So let me start with this bottom one, and I'm just going to draw a straight line. I'm eyeballing it like I always do. Okay, and then you can see I have a line there. So now I have to cut that out. And I'm going to use a hole punch on one side first. Punch a hole. I'm going to punch a hole on the other side. And then I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, well, my box cutter, and I am going to cut a line between those. We've done this before, making pockets in our journals. So I'm just taking it and going across, following my ruler, and then I'm going to scoot it down just a little and do the same thing. Okay, and that is giving me a slot there. It's probably easier to see on this side. All right, and now I need something that is going to attach to my fish so that it will go through here. And I'm trying to think how this is going to work. It's probably going to be something like, and nobody's going to see this, so I would imagine it's going to be something like this. I might have to cut it some. And then maybe the top of this has to be squished down also. I'll show you the side view in 1 second as soon as I work it out. Okay, so I imagine, because this has to attach to the fish, then it has to kind of come through and attach to the pull tab on the other side. So it's going to do that. And then that's going to go through and attach to my pull tab. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like. Hopefully this will work. I don't know. We're going to test it together before we glue anything down. Okay, so it kind of looks like this. This is going to glue to my fish like this. And then I'm going to feed these 2 feet through the hole, and then these will glue, these 2 little feet will glue to my pull tab. That's the plan anyway. So let's feed the little feet through here. Like that. Okay, and you can see with the pull tab, this will go back and forth. And let's say this is the pull tab. I'm going to pull it. It's going to be glued to it, so it'll just kind of go through there. Theoretically, it should work, but I think this slot needs to be just a little bit bigger. Yeah. Just a sliver more. Okay, and I'm going to use this as a pull tab since I have it here. Why not, right? And I think I want like a little notch here where the tab will kind of come out so I can fit it all the way in to the page. So right about there, like that. Okay, so now let's get our fish. Where did I just put that thing I made here? This is going to glue to the back of this, but let's get him a little ink. I hope you guys like these interactive elements, and if you do, give me a like on the video and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Why not, right? Why not? If you enjoy this type of thing, you might want to know when I put up another video. Okay, and so let me also just ink around here. I don't need a lot, but I want to get those white edges toned down because we will see them. Okay, perfect. And again, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to feed the legs through, but you could do it the opposite way too. I'm going to put this over, and then I'm going to push him as far over as I can and glue him down. Hopefully this works, guys. I think it should, right? Seems like it should. Put him right over. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. I love it. And then I'm gonna glue this. Let's see, can I fold it and glue it? I think I can. This way from the other side, you'll also see the... Now, the one thing that I might want to consider is maybe put, when I glue this down, put my glue around this so that it's not going to like go like this. So let me first glue it down. I'm just going to go easy with my glue because I want to make sure it doesn't glue behind itself. And let me glue this closed. All right, so when we pull this, our fishy will move. Oh my gosh, it's working. I'm so excited. All right, so now we have to put our page down on the page. I might have it out just a tiny hair like that. Okay, so let's glue it down, and I'm gonna glue so that this doesn't wobble too much. All right, guys, moment of truth. Oh, yes. All right, I might want to just extend this a tiny bit, and maybe I'll do it with like a circle. So here, no, I thought I had more of these pieces. Oh, I do. So I'm thinking if I fold this in half, no, that's not going to do it, is it? All right, I'll have to put something on there. For now, I'm just going to leave it out. I'll give it some thought, And then I gotta get my coral because I kind of want this coral to sit here. Let's see, is there another one? Nope. Let me just see what else I have. This one is kind of okay, but if I have something bigger, I might want to use that. Any bigger coral? I don't. All right, well, we're going to use this and be done with it. All right, so I also want it raised up a little. I'm first going to ink it up a bit. And it would be kind of cool to add some embossing to all of this. But I didn't want to get too much into the weeds because this is already going to be an interactive video, so... I kind of want it raised up, so I'm going to get a little foam. So play foam. This is like the kids' foam. And just put a piece of this behind it. Might be too big. Just to give it a little lift. So it's not sitting like right on top of the fish. Maybe I need two. I just don't want to add all that bulk. We're just going to go for what we got here. I think this is a fun little piece that will just make it a little more interactive. And I do have some bubbles. Where did I put that tray? Oh, here you are. I made some more bubbles, so why not glue them down? Just to give it a little more interest. These are made from the epoxy resin. I don't think it's epoxy resin, it's just resin. It's UV resin. Sorry, don't want to mislead you. It's UV resin. And I just put some dollops out of the bottle and set them with the UV lamp. And that's how we got here. It's kind of cool. And I'm using the Fabrifix 3-in-1 glue. I have that down in my description box as well. I'm looking for a smaller one. Here we go. Maybe I can put one of those charms on the end of it and then it might work. And maybe one more. And this holds really well. This is what I did the cover with, and it is holding up perfectly. So it's just fiddly. Fiddly. All right, guys. So now our little fish can come out from behind the coral. And I think I'm just going to snip this. Nobody's going to know. Because I'm afraid he's going to get caught on there. There we go. Boop. I love it. Okay. Let's see. Hidden treasures. I think I'm going to put that on here, even though there's, well, the fish is certainly a treasure. I think that would be fun. All right, so this is done, and we have a little fun interactive element there. We have one here, and then we have those floating fishes. So 3 fun interactive things that you can do inside your journal, and I hope you'll try them. I want these guys to fall. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thanks for joining me. This was fun. We'll build a little bit more, but we're getting close to the end of the month. So that means if you haven't gotten your free kit for this month, go ahead and get it down in the description box below. The links are down there. You got to find them. And then just go over and grab it. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night. Bye from under the sea.